Greetings and shalom, my friends and family. Let's take a ride together today. We're going to talk about something heavy. Forgiveness. Specifically, forgiving a parent who hurt you deeply. I want to speak honestly because the topic demands it. I was raised by a single mother who battled alcohol. My childhood was a storm. Mental, emotional, and physical abuse were the weather forecast more often than not. And like a bike that's been ridden too hard over too many potholes, I grew up bent and broken in places. That trauma didn't just vanish when I left home. It chased me into my own battles with drugs, alcohol, and violence. But somewhere on that long road, Yeshua found me. Or maybe I found him. Either way, everything changed. Well, maybe not everything, because here's the honest truth. I still wrestle with bitterness, resentment, and a thick fog of confusion every time I try to be present for my now sober mother. So how do we honor our parents like Exodus 20:12 says, when every interaction feels like reopening an old wound? Some folks think forgiveness is like flipping a switch. Snap, and it's done. But if you've ever pedaled uphill with a rusty chain and a flat tire, you know better. Forgiveness, especially of someone who wounded you as a child, isn't a one-and-done ride. It's more like riding up a steep incline with burning thighs and tears in your eyes. The first thing we have to do is stop pretending it's supposed to be easy. The word doesn't say, honor your parents if they were nice to you. It just says, honor your father and your mother. Period. That's Exodus 20:12. But God's commands are never without grace. He gives us the Spirit to help us pedal when our legs are tired, when the pain screams louder than our faith. Colossians 1:13 says, God has delivered us from the power of darkness and translated us into the kingdom of His dear Son. If you've ever ridden your bike at night with a busted headlamp, you know the danger. You can't avoid what you can't see. But the beauty of walking or riding with Yeshua is that He gives us light. His light helps us see the trauma, the triggers, and the tangled mess of our past for what they really are. Shadows. And shadows can exist where the light is shining. That means you can face the pain. You can acknowledge the injustice of your upbringing. You can even say out loud, what happened to me was wrong. That doesn't make you dishonorable. It makes you honest. If bitterness is the rust on your soul, then prayer is the oil that keeps your chain from snapping. Romans 8:15 reminds us that we've not been given a spirit of fear, but the spirit of adoption, where we cry out, Abba, Father. When I have trouble forgiving my mother, it's usually because I'm forgetting who my true father is. God is not like our earthly parents. He doesn't lash out, manipulate, or shame. He loves, heals, and rebuilds. And prayer is how we connect to Him, even when it's just a whisper. Help me, Father. It matters. Even if you're not ready to forgive today, pray about that. Tell God you're angry. Tell Him you want to forgive, but don't know how. There's no shame in honesty with the one who already sees it all. One of the hardest things I had to face was this. My mother might never be the mom I always wanted. I kept showing up, hoping for some magical moment where she'd say the words I craved. I'm sorry. I was wrong. I love you. But sometimes that moment never comes. Forgiveness doesn't require reconciliation. Forgiveness is something you can give, even if you still need to keep healthy boundaries. It's okay to honor from a distance. You can honor your parents from afar. Protect your peace without losing your compassion. Galatians 5, verse 1 reminds us to stand fast in the liberty that Yeshua gave us and not get tangled up again in the yoke of bondage. That includes emotional bondage, bitterness, resentment, guilt. Those are heavy saddlebags. Why not unload them? The truth is, healing isn't a straight road. You'll have good days, smooth pavement, wind at your back, and bad days where it feels like your tires are sinking in the mud. But keep riding. Romans 8 verse 10 says, if the Anointed One is in you, the Spirit is life because of the righteous. You've got a new life now. You're not doomed to repeat the cycle. That alone is a miracle, if you ask me. Some days I don't feel ready to forgive, but I choose to ride anyway. I choose to be present for my mom in her old age, not because she earned it, but because God did. Isaiah 53 reminds us that Yeshua was despised and rejected, a man of sorrows. He knows what it means to suffer unfairly, and yet he said, Father, forgive them. That kind of strength doesn't come from us. It comes from the Ruach HaKodesh, the Holy Spirit. And if He did it, we can learn to as well, with a little help from the Helper. So maybe honoring your parent isn't about pretending nothing happened. But maybe it's about showing grace in the small, real ways. Maybe it's being there without losing yourself. Maybe it's loving from a safe distance while guarding your heart. Whatever that looks like for you, just remember this. You're not riding alone. Forgiveness is not a sign of weakness. It's a sign that you've chosen to ride in the light instead of staying stuck in the darkness. So check your brakes, oil your chain, and keep pedaling. You're not the person you used to be. Not if you're a believer. Not if you aspire to follow Yeshua. Not if you're filled with the Holy Spirit, the Ruach HaKodesh. You're a new creation, riding with purpose, powered by grace. Forgive and ride strong. Until next time, shalom, shalom.